Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. I found some other weird stuff on the news. Yeah, I think you're going to get a kick out of this. SpongeBob and new ways for damage to resolve in Magic. Boy, it's like drinking from a fire hose when they decide to just wreck the entire environment. So, before we get started, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. The comments down below will feed that YouTube algorithm. I'll even respond to a couple of them once I figure out how to do that. And links in the description to help support the channel. You can buy cards from the box opening series on eBay and TCG Player. Become a member of the channel. It's cheap as $1 to get you entered. It's a free giveaway. He's got one coming up here in Halloween. And some more for the end of the holiday season. It's going to be a fun time for everyone. So, with all that said, let's have a conversation, if you will. So the first conversation is going to be the easy one, I think. Magic the Gathering announces Secret Lair crossover with SpongeBob SquarePants. Yep, you heard it here. SpongeBob is coming to a commander deck near you. Oh boy. I mean, I don't know if I should be upset or mildly entertained at the shenanigans this may pull off. I will say this. If anything, I really think they should have done this probably in an Infinity set. But those haven't been going too well here lately. So yeah. I guess Secret Lair it is. So you're only going to get 5 of them. You probably won't see more. So I don't know where this is going to fit into your theme deck. I don't know. Is there a theme deck out there for cartoons or Cartoon Network or Hanna-Barbera? Hell, I don't know. You tell me. Like, I don't know how, other than just, I don't know, the deck that just annoys your opponent the most. A deck that has the coolest cards. We're going to have to wait and see. This is going to be very interesting to see what they come up with. So with that said, though, let's not forget, there are sponges in Magic. There is creature type sponge. Not many of them. And most of them not good. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what these reprints are. Yeah. I mean, I'm up for anything, I guess, but like, I mean, could you imagine what land would be Bikini Bottoms? Like, seriously. Like, I just now thought of that. Like, the land, there could be a land in there, it'd be Bikini Bottoms, but what would it be? Like, Savage Undergrowth? Ba-dum-bump. Yeah, I don't know. Like, is this going to be a Crusade card? Oh, wait, that's a taboo card. Ooh. Yeah. Glorious Anthem. There you go. Glorious Anthem as the squids carry SpongeBob to victory. I don't know. Oh my god. You tell me what kind of puns you can think of down below. I'm sure there's some good ones out there. This is the internet. So yeah. Let's get on something a little more serious, which is going to have some seriously far-reaching effects. And that's how damage is done in Magic, starting with Foundations. So, as of Magic Foundations, when it comes out, ordering blockers no longer happens. That's right. There's no reason to order blockers anymore. You just grab a pile of cards and just dogpile in front of something. Because now what happens is the attacking player, as you see right here, can arrange combat damage however they want to as a final action. So, was one of the defending creatures given indestructible to save it? Perfectly fine. You can now kill the other creatures instead of the one that's indestructible, causing it to soak up all your damage. And you're also not forced to assign damage to indestructible creatures because it was ordered first. So there is no order. If you say I block with 3 creatures, fine, there's 3 creatures. At the end of the day, I choose what I'm killing. And when I decide what I'm killing, the blocker no longer has the option to take actions. You must act before I assign final damage. For example, The example that they give for Magic Foundation Mechanic article demonstrates the following with Giant Growth Pump spell. For those who don't know, Giant Growth gives +3/+3. So the given scenario involves a 5/5 being blocked by a 3/3 and a 4/4. With the old rules, as long as the defender uses Giant Growth on whatever blocker is ordered first, all the defending creatures are saved, because if the 3/3 was first, which is the way the blocker would order it, it would become a 6/6. These both would live. Kill the 5/5. There you have it. Now, the attacker can still decide to kill whichever creature does not get buffed. So, if you want to save your 3/3, you can be like, oh, well, I'm going to Giant Growth my 3/3, so it's a 6/6. You go, okay, fine. I'm going to deal my 5 damage to the 4/4 and still kill it. And that's at final action. So, you have to be careful. When you go to damage, you no longer have the option to pump, save, any other combat trick shenanigans are no longer able to be played once this happens. So, for example, like we just said, I attack with a 5/5. They block with a 3/3 and a 4/4. I say, I'm ready to assign damage. And they say, okay. And I say, all right, I'm going to do 5 here and the rest here. I'm going to do 3 here and then 2 here because I want the 3/3 dead. Normal response, they'd be like, well, I'm going to Giant Growth a 3/3. Under new rules, you cannot do that. You cannot Giant Growth at all. You have given up your actions to respond to anything. So if you want to respond, we have to say, I attack with a 5/5. You block with a 3/3 and a 4/4. I'm ready to go to damage. Now you have to, at that point, say, I wish to Giant Growth to 3/3. And you're like, all right, I have no response. Final damage. All 5 damage is going to the 4/4. I still kill something. So we're going to have to be careful. Well, not about we. If you're playing, you're going to have to be careful because this could mean you could lose your creatures. So now, also with that said, if I say go to final damage, you say, okay, I can't pump my guys either because I've decided to go to final damage. So down here at the bottom, it says, additionally, you no longer need to actually assign lethal damage to a creature. This was a rule in the past, but you can now split the damage in any way you want. This opens up lines where sorcery speed tricks like Pyroclasm can blow up an opponent without to blow an opponent out depending on how they block. So, for example, say you block with a 6 or you attack with a 6/6. Your opponent's got, I don't know, 2 4/4s. They block, or let's say, hell, I don't know. Let's say they've got 3 5/5s. I don't know. Yeah, 3 5/5s. Or no. Say they've got 2 5/5s. You attack, you know your creature's going to die. You could do 3 damage to each of the 5/5s, and then when your creature dies, like it would anyway, then Pyroclasm to kill everything. Because it's already taken 3 damage as a 5/5, leaving 2 toughness, you can Pyroclasm and kill everything that's there. So, with that being said, you could attack with a 10/10, and if they block with, I don't know, 10 3/3s, we'll say, you could literally do 1 point of damage to each one of them, so you could then Pyroclasm them all to death. So, it's going to give a new mechanic and a new play style to Magic that people aren't used to. Now, with that said, this is not as wonky as damage on the stack was. If you don't know what that is, Google it. It was a hell of a time back in the day. But this is going to be very interesting as a new way to play because it makes the attacker have more of the advantage instead of the blocker. So before, the blocker had all the advantage because they could respawn, pump, whatever after you decide how you want to do your damage. So very interesting. Not really sure why they chose to go this route. Maybe because it was easier to understand for new players, maybe. Sort of, kind of. Don't really know. But seriously, when Foundations comes out, I think next month in November, it's going to be interesting to see how the new blocking rules change how maybe the formats are played in general, since it's going to change how aggressive aggro decks can really get the upper hand, honestly, in my opinion. But with all that said, what do I know? I've been playing this for years and whatever. So, with all that said, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope that until next time, you stay kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table. Later, player.